In this video we're going to be testing a brake booster because this causes an awful lot of problems with back pressure. Stick around. So the other day my friend Jeff dropped off some parts that might be useful to me. He's rebuilding his 110 and he dropped this servo assembly off. We're all familiar with this, but it can be problematic because I seem to get an email every week about these. People with poor brakes, or they have, well, a lot of back pressure, especially in 300 TDIs, and a lot of it is down to this thing here. So today I'm going to test this and show you once and for all what the problem is, because I think this is broken. So what I've got down here on my bench, I've got my vacuum pump, and this is basically for air conditioning, but it's been proved kind of useful for lots of things. Now if you haven't got such a thing, you can use a little vacuum pump for bleeding brakes. This will do exactly the same thing. As long as we can create a vacuum, or if you want to do something erotic, you can use your vacuum developer, it's the same thing. Anyway, what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to test, I hope you can see the gauge there. I'm going to switch this on and check for the vacuum here, because this gauge goes backwards, it doesn't go that way around. So here we go, I've got the line open here, I put my finger over the end, see the gauge move? So that's full vacuum. Now if I connect this to the pipe here, we should still get good vacuum because we haven't actuated anything, all the valves should be shut, and so this should hold vacuum. Let's do it. So here we go. Let's put this on here. Let's look very carefully at the gauge. Let's zoom in. There we go. So here we go. Nothing. Not a sausage. To test this theory, we'll pull that off, put my finger over the end, and there we go. That proves that this is cracked or the diaphragm is split. Alright, it's as simple as that. Because if you want to test this at home, usually you just unplug this and you can hear air getting back into here. It goes, you know, it'll go back in. So you can kill two birds with one stone with this, because if you've got a lot of back pressure in your engine, this would be, I'll zoom out a bit. This would be one of the first places to go to, because everybody thinks, you know, they think, oh, Mike, you're stupid. How can a brake servo cause back pressure? Well, when your vacuum pump is running all the time, what it's doing is it's sucking air out of here, going through your vacuum pump, and the vacuum pump in a 300 TDI, for example, exhausts that air into your crankcases. Your crankcases can't cope with that excess air getting into them, and you'll see like oil splattering out when you open the oil filler cap. You'll see oil everywhere, and also the little breather on the side, people say it's getting blocked up, it can't cope. Well, of course it can't cope because there's too much air, so they rush out and get an aluminium one, put it on, and it's the same problem. It doesn't solve any problems, if you see what I mean. It's this that's the problem, and so many people have been caught out by that. It's unbelievable. And of course, if this ain't working, your brakes are going to be awful. Really hard pedal. See, that was that one. That was pretty good, that one, wasn't it? You like that? So that's it. So this really is scrap, because this is leaking, it's toast. In fact, I think the only thing I'm going to keep off it is the valve. I'm going to take the valve out. In fact, will it come out? There. And I'll keep the rubber grommet as well. I don't know why, but sometimes things like this are handy to have. Now we can test this again. Let's test this. Where's that? Should we get a spanner out and have a look at it? Huh? Let's take this cylinder off and let's have a look. Can I get him when we go? Maybe. The aftermarket master cylinders are pretty good actually, and I wouldn't recommend rebuilding them. They're just not worth it. The newer ones are cast iron and machined. They're a lot solid and a lot better than these things here. And they seal a lot better. You see, look, you're relying on an O-ring here to seal. Well, this is producing so much vacuum, it's unbelievable. I just wonder if it's worth cleaning this up and putting some seal around it, because it could be pulling vacuum out of here. Now, I don't know if you can see on there, it's all shiny wet. I just wonder if it's drawing air in through here. Well, there's one way to find out. Why don't I clean all this lot up, just rough, clean this bit up here, and bang it full of sealer and see if it's still working. In fact, I think that's what I'll do. So, that was interesting, cleaned it up. Look at that. Can you see that? Can you see there's a crack here, and there's a crack there, and there's a crack here. That's where the air was getting in. Could you weld it? Maybe. But is it going to go again somewhere else? They are preciously thin. I really don't know. I used to MIG weld them. I didn't have much success with that, because the panel, this piece here, is constantly flexing. So it's, you know, and it is, let's get real, it is like 25 years old. It doesn't last forever. Could you put a bigger servo one? Yes, you could. You could use something off a TD5. That would be like a great bolt-in piece. You bolt the whole lot in, and it would still work. But you'd have to get one that's like non-ABS. I don't know. Disappointing, isn't it? You know. But it's sort of one of those things. I'm looking around for the master cylinder. They are here, because you can see what's happening. There's a pin inside that servo. I don't know if you can see it there. There's a pin in there which pushes on here, which actuates your brakes. But at the same time, it's flexing here. It's flexing. So all that force you're putting on with your foot is flexing that very thin steel. So no, I don't think we can do anything with that. I'm not going to waste my time on that. Like I say, it's brakes, it's kind of important, isn't it? So I hope you like that. That's proved why you've got excess back pressure in your crankcases, and also bad brakes, because it's got no vacuum. There you go. See ya.